Most people work their entire lives, yet never truly become wealthy. Not because they're lazy, but because they follow the wrong rules about money. Here's the truth. What you believe about saving, spending, and opportunity might be quietly keeping you poor. But there's a timeless system, a way of thinking about wealth, that has guided fortunes for over 4,000 years. Welcome to Beyond the Books, where we uncover the ideas that actually change lives. Today, we explore a classic financial blueprint, The Richest Man in Babylon by George Clason. Wealth is not an accident. It is not a lottery ticket. It is not a stroke of luck handed to a chosen few. Wealth is the result of a system that has existed for thousands of years, operating quietly, predictably, waiting for anyone willing to understand it. And that system begins with a single principle. Gold always flows to those who know how to keep it. In the ancient city of Babylon, this truth was not an abstract idea. It was a law of life. Merchants, builders, and traders all understood. Money behaves like water. It flows to those who create channels for it, and it leaks away from those who do not. Here's the simple version. If you earn money and you spend it all, you have built no channel. Your gold simply passes through your hands like sand. But if you earn money and keep even a small part, a channel forms, a tiny river of wealth that begins to grow. Most people today think the problem is income. If I just made more, they say, everything would change. But Babylon teaches the opposite. The first step toward wealth is not earning more. It is keeping what you already earn. Even one coin in 10%. This is the first law of the system. Imagine a Babylonian farmer. He sells his grain at the market and earns 10 silver coins. 9 coins go to food, clothing, and life itself. But 1 coin he slips into a small clay jar. Week after week, month after month. At first, the jar feels insignificant. 1 coin hardly changes anything. But here's where most people never realize. The system rewards persistence, not intensity. Because after a year, the farmer has a small reserve. After 2 years, that reserve begins to shape his choices. He can lend a portion to a merchant and earn interest. He can invest in tools that give him more yield next season. And suddenly, wealth is no longer a dream. It is a pattern in motion. Now let's go deeper. Why does this simple act of keeping a portion work so powerfully? Because it reverses the natural flow of life. Most people live in a cycle of earn, spend, repeat. Money comes in, money goes out. There is no feedback loop, no compounding effect. By keeping even 1 coin, you break the cycle. You introduce storage into the system. Storage leads to opportunity. Opportunity creates growth. Growth compounds into freedom. This is cause and effect. But wealth is not just about keeping money. It is also about protecting it. In Babylon, one of the greatest lessons came to those who rushed to invest their first savings and lost it all. Picture that same farmer. He finally fills his clay jar with 10 coins. A traveling merchant promises a fortune if he invests in exotic jewels. The farmer, eager to multiply his wealth, hands over his coins, and the merchant vanishes. This is the second law of the system. Guard your treasure against loss. Wealth is not built by chasing miracles. It is built by understanding risk and avoiding foolish loss. Here's what most people miss. Your first small savings are not meant to make you rich quickly. They are meant to teach you how wealth behaves. The Babylonians knew. Money must be put to work carefully. Lend to those who understand their trade. Invest only where your principal is safe. And allow your coins to breed like sheep in a pasture. Because wealth is alive. It multiplies only under the right conditions. Now notice the pattern forming here. First, you keep a portion of what you earn. Then you protect it. Finally, you put it to work so that it multiplies. This is not luck. This is a system of flow. Let's expand this into a real-life chain of cause and effect. A young Babylonian scribe earns a modest wage. He begins saving 1 coin out of 10. After a year, he has a small reserve. Because he has savings, he feels less desperate. Because he feels less desperate, he can refuse foolish schemes. Because he refuses foolish schemes, he avoids loss. Because he avoids loss, his savings grow. After 2 years, a local brickmaker, an expert in his craft, offers a safe loan with interest. The scribe invests. His coins start to multiply. Over time, the scribe becomes a lender himself. His wealth earns while he sleeps. And eventually, he gains freedom. Do you see the system? Each step leads to the next. Cause and effect. But here's where it gets interesting. Babylon's wisdom wasn't just about money. It was about the person you become in the process. Because as your coins grow, your thinking changes. You begin to see patterns. You learn patience. You develop judgment. The system does not just create wealth. It creates wisdom. Contrast this with the common approach today. People chase sudden windfalls. They gamble. They buy things they cannot afford. They live in a cycle of scarcity, no matter the income. Why? Because they never built the inner system. They never learned the laws that govern money. Now let's integrate another layer. The Babylonians understood debt as a chain, a weight that pulls the river of gold away from you. If you spend more than you earn, you are enslaved to repayment. Your future labor is already sold. Contrast that with the saver. When emergencies come, he is ready. When opportunities appear, he can act. This is why wealth flows to those who follow the system, and away from those who fight against it. But there is one more pattern. Few notice it at first. Wealth, once created, attracts more wealth. As the scribe's coins multiplied, others offered him opportunities. Merchants trusted him. He gained influence. He saw ideas others could not see, because he had the capacity to act. The system is self-reinforcing. Your first disciplined actions feel small, but they create conditions that make future wealth inevitable. Now step back. Look at the system as a whole. 1. Keep a portion of all you earn. 2. Protect it from loss. 3. Put it to work responsibly. 4. Avoid the chains of debt. 5. Let time and patience multiply your results. Each principle feeds the next. Each mistake breaks the chain. And here is the final insight. Wealth is not a destination. It is a living system you build piece by piece. Inside your life and inside your mind. If you respect the flow, if you follow the laws, if you give your coins time to grow, then, like the richest man in Babylon, you will find that gold does not flee from you. It seeks you. It serves you. And eventually, it frees you. Wealth isn't built in a day. It's built in the quiet choices you make daily. If you keep even one coin for yourself today, you've already taken your first step toward freedom. What's the first habit you'll start tonight? Comment it below. I read everyone. If this sparks something in you, like the video and subscribe to Beyond the Books for more wisdom that actually sticks. Beyond the Books, where lessons become lives.